is up? Welcome to another Top 10 Dark Ride Dracula list. This time, the top 10 songs, classic songs about
werewolves.
Werewolves, the Wolfman we love. You are a
Yes.
Wolfman fanatic. That's your guy, the Wolfman. You collect werewolves. You're all about werewolves. I love werewolves too. This list right here, this is the classic songs. This is the songs I play on my radio show. These are my favorite songs, the 50s and 60s. Yes, I know there's a million other songs. Some people wrote in and said, on the Frankenstein episode, how come Edgar Winter wasn't on it, and how come Alice Cooper? Because it is the classic songs, the 50s and 60s. So you won't find Rob Zombie on this list, but you will find some really cool songs, and hopefully you can add them to your Halloween playlist this year. So let's get right into it. At number 10, what do we got?
That's going to be The Werewolf by Benet Carroll.
Lock your windows and lock your doors. Pull down the shades and turn off the light.
Yes, I can't tell you anything about Benet Carroll. Benet Carroll made 2 singles. This is one of them. This is a total lost classic. It's not a classic, but I think it is. But it's a lost.
It's a fun little Halloween song.
It is. It's one of those songs that you can listen to in the car and you don't feel weird because it's not like that much of a little kid song.
Okay.
She sings it. It borderlines little kid, but not. You can still listen to it and feel okay. You'll be all right. I can't tell you anything about her though. She made 2 singles, and there's not a piece of information on this woman online.
Nope.
2 singles, bleeped out. Both of them were on 2 different labels, and it was made in 1961, this song, and that's about it. There's very, very little known. So, I don't know. And it never appears on any Halloween compilations either, so it's definitely a lost song, and but I love it, so that's why I made it to the list at number 10. I think you will too. So check it out. Benet Carroll's The Werewolf from 1961 at number 10 brings to number 9. At number 9 on the list, this one right here from 1959, Lord Dent and His Invaders. With Wolf Call.
Wolf Call. It's a titty shaker.
It is a titty shaker. It's filled, that's the style of song that it is. It's filled with the cat calls. You know, the infamous wolf whistles that was so prevalent back in the day.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me to think that there was a time where, like, if a good-looking girl walked down the street, you know,
Don't do that now.
you could literally like howl or make whistle
like,
sounds.
Ooh.
You know, like that wolf whistle thing you do in like Looney Tunes or whatever, with the wolf whistles. You could do that.
You could.
And like women were, I guess, appreciative of this or something.
It was a different time.
It was a different time. I don't know. Because if you do that now, someone's calling the cops on you. That's
you're on some kind of a list.
someone's gonna film you. They're gonna put you up online and say you're a creep, and it's gonna be a whole thing.
You lose your job. It's a.
Just
don't do it. It's not worth it.
I know. But back in the day, that was a big thing. So it's an instrumental, and that's the kind of song that it is. It's a titty shaker cat call song with that strut kind of
little
titty shaker thing. It's what the go-go dancers would dance to. My grandmother. All right. Anyway, Wolf Call, Lord Dent and His Invaders from 1959. Brings us to number 8, and at number 8, what do we got?
That is going to be Werewolf by Carl Bonafetti and the Gentes.
Very good. Yes. Carl, great guy. Still up in Chicago, responsible for all kinds of things. He's got such a great backstory, and I'm going to bring it to you on a future episode here on the channel. But what a song. Werewolf is like, it's so hype. It's like this, like, it's definitely the most hype song on this list.
Yes.
It's just like, he's like wound up. They called him the Madman. That was like his nickname. And he's still alive. Carl is still with us. And so I'm looking forward to bringing his story here to the channel. But what a great song, Werewolf from 1958.
Love that song.
Yeah.
What a great year.
What a great, I mean, yeah. I mean, and werewolves were big back then. That
Monsters
was like
were big. Monsters were a big part of pop culture.
Yeah.
During these times. And that's why these songs are so much more special.
Yeah, so much fun to listen to. That song's great. I love it. Carl Bonafetti and the Gemtones, a Werewolf at number 8, brings to number 7. At number 7, we're leaving the United States for this one. We're going all the way to Australia with Laurie Allen's Wolfman.
When you're walking down the street, who's the first guy that you meet? It's the Wolfman. Oh, baby, it's the Wolf.
The only Australian song that I can think of that would even be on any of these lists of classic monster songs.
I think pretty much all of them were from America.
Pretty much that or Canada. Those were like the 2 big, in the UK. There's several from the
yes.
UK, Moontrackers, Night of the Vampire. There's several UK stuff. Of course, Lord Such. I could go on.
Yes.
But Australia isn't the first place you think
No.
of when you think of monsters. Or, you know what I mean? Like classic, because, you know, you think Hammer Studios UK,
Yes.
Universal Monsters US. Australia, you think kangaroos.
No monsters really coming out.
Yeah.
I love
You
kangaroos.
think koalas. You
Oh,
don't really
cute.
think of like monsters. But Laurie Allen had a great song with Wolfman, and that's another super up tempo song. I love that song. It's another one you never see on Halloween compilations, but it's such a great song, and I love it. Laurie Allen's Werewolf.
Love it.
There you go. All right, that brings us to number 6. At number 6, what do we got?
That is going to be Werewolf by the Frantics.
I love it. That right there is like one of those perfect instrumentals. Now that's one, I'm guilty of listening to this stuff every day. For some reason,
All the time.
it's comfort food. It's a daily thing for me. Every day, I've
Yes.
got my Halloween mix on in the car, and I don't think I can get through life unless
No.
I like listen
He's
to
no
this stuff.
happy if no Halloween songs.
If not like once a day, and this one is on it, so you hear this daily. And great instrumental song from the Frantics going back to 1960. Cool thing about this song, and it's a very spooky ambiance.
atmospheric.
It's the intro uses that piece from the Wolfman,
Wolfman.
the Universal original Wolfman. Even a man who's pure of heart, like that whole thing. Can change into a wolf. Yeah, that's in the beginning. The cool thing is this song was supposed to be released around Halloween, but there was a delay in its release. So what wound up happening is they put the song and it didn't do too well because of that, because it is based around Halloween. So what they did is they re-released it where the B-side is no werewolf, and they took off that Wolfman intro and all the little wolf sounds. And it's just the instrumental piece, and then they figured, well, we missed the Halloween deadline, so
Maybe next year.
let's put it out as no werewolf and see what happens. So there's a pressing of this record that has Wolfman on one side, werewolf on side A, and no werewolf on
When
side
it's
B.
not a full moon.
Exactly. So if you don't want it's same song, but just the little pieces, little stuff, edited out. So I thought that was pretty interesting. From 1960, the Frantics, Werewolf, brings us to number 5. At number 5, great song, obscure song for sure, but a great song nonetheless. Gary Warren, Werewolf.
Yes.
Every time I'm near you, babe, I always start to.
I love this song.
That's a great one.
1958. Southern Culture on the Skids did a cover of that on the Halloween Hootenanny record that Rob Zombie put out. And that was the first time I had heard the song. So I went back and discovered the original, of course, because that's what I'm always going to do. When I found out it was a cover, because I was like, wow, this is such a great song. Found out it was a cover, heard Gary Warren's, and I'm like, wow, they did a fantastic cover of the song,
Yeah.
too. I got to say, Southern Culture on the Skids did a fantastic cover. One of my favorite covers ever. It's definitely one of my favorite
You play
songs
that
on
just as much.
I love that cover. But Gary's original is spooky sounding.
It is.
You know what I mean? He sounds like he might be
He
a
might
wolf
be a wolf.
man, and
Yeah. Might be
he's
charming at the full moon.
got the low voice when he's like, every time I'm near, you know what I mean? It's it's like a swagger kind of thing. I love it.
Smooth.
It is. It's such a great song. It's just like a perfect song for a wolf man. You know what I mean? I could pick if a wolf man was gonna sing a song to you,
That would be a song that you would imagine a wolf would sing. to
he
you.
would want you. Would you want him, to sing that kind of a song, or would you
Yeah.
want one of the up tempo, let's jump around songs? You
Nah,
want
one of the
smooth,
smooth. You think
Yeah.
a werewolf would be
smooth and hairy.
It was all about contrast.
Gary Warren's Werewolf, great song from 1958 at number 5. So that brings us to number 4, and at number 4 on the list, what do we have missing?
The Howl by Johnny Eager.
When it's dark at night, I hold my baby tight.
That song. I love
That's
The
a great
Howl.
song.
Yeah, what a song. Not to be confused with Sam Haines' The Howl. Johnny
Also a great song.
Eager's song, 1959, The Howl, that, even more so than Gary Warren's Werewolf, that is like the perfect Wolfman song, like him singing it. You could
Yeah.
picture, like when I hear Johnny Eager sing the Howl, I can picture a Wolfman singing that song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got those smooth howls. It's not an abrasive. It's just that's pretty good. It's like a smooth howl. What a great song
That
from
song's
Johnny
out,
Eager.
you can't.
Yeah, it's true. Not a lot known about Johnny Eager. That's the thing with a lot of this stuff, and why I started writing the book that I'm working on, which hopefully will be out by next Halloween, is there's so little information known about a lot of these artists, bits and pieces, and so much lost of time that it's just taken me years of research to like dig up as much as possible. So it's important to me to just continuously try to keep this stuff alive and these songs and this music and stuff, and keep these guys, their names out there, you know?
It's important.
Because in the case of this, there's just so little known. Johnny Eager's just not a lot known. You know, it's just not. But what a great, great, great song. One of my personal favorites. I love this song. Listen to it daily. The Howl from 1959. So that brings us to number 3. And at number 3 on the list, Batman, Wolfman, Frankenstein, or Dracula from the Diamonds.
The Batman, Wolfman, Frankenstein, or Dracula to put her in the mood for love.
Also from 1959. Great song. Totally brought a whole new, it's been given a whole new life.
Yes.
There's a film called The Kissing Booth that came out. If you have kids or you watch kid movies, no judgment here. It's a judgment-free zone. This movie came out, and there's the kid, whoever he is in that movie, he sang that song, which is crazy. Like, I don't know who...
All the songs, not the Monster Mash,
Yeah.
not like something that you would expect them to be covering, not like Thriller, some kind of Halloween staple that's, you know, already in the public eye. They picked this song.
Yeah, really, somebody had to stumble onto it somewhere. So someone cool worked on The Kissing Booth is all I know.
Someone's like, you know what this movie needs?
And it like reintroduced a whole new generation of kids to that song, because then that clip was put up online, and then all these kids were commenting, "Oh, I love this song." And of course, me being that guy, I'm commenting, "You should check out the original by the Diamonds."
Comes in and starts telling them about the Diamonds. Hey kids, this song's originally by the Diamonds. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, Grandpa.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, sure it is. Sure it is. No, it is. I'm serious. Anyway, it's a great song nonetheless. And I got a chance to talk with Evan from the Diamonds about the song. And so look for that on a future episode. And just, what a song. Great, great, catchy, hooky song. And whoever threw it into the Kissing Booth was smart, because it definitely, it's cool when stuff gets reintroduced and breathe a whole new life. It just proves that these songs actually are cool songs.
And the cool thing is that once in a while this does happen. And the perfect example is actually our number 2.
Yeah, which is...
That is the Cacti's with Mr. Werewolf.
Please, Mr. Werewolf, let me get by.
Which, in the first season of the Chucky series that's currently on TV now, one of the opening scenes where they're showing Chucky in his early days when he's an actual child, you know, he's doing some Halloween-y type stuff and listening to this song. The episode just kicks off with this song, and we were like, oh my god, you know, it's not a cover even, it's this exact song. So it's really cool to see this kind of be brought, you know, breathed new life because of the Chucky series.
And that's what happened. A lot of people went online and they were, you know, who does this song, and looking it up, and then I saw a lot of people commenting like, wow, what a great song. And of course me had to go, it's the Cacti.
Hey kids, it's me again.
I love this song, 1963. This to me is like the song the New York Dolls never recorded. It has got so much of a New York Dolls feel to it.
Yeah.
When I listen to it, I'm like, I could totally see them doing this song. It almost sounds like them.
Yeah.
What a great song, though, the Cacti's from New York. Mr. Werewolf. I love, love, love this song. It's cool, you're right, when that happens, when, you know, I mean, I know You Can Get Him, Frankenstein was in a TV show, and there's been, here and there, it does happen. It's not just the Monster Mash, there's other ones that pop up.
Yeah.
But, you know, and it does, I'm glad when that happens. If even I could turn one person on to some, you know, new cool songs that they add to their own personal Halloween playlist, or like me, everyday playlist, then mission accomplished.
Absolutely.
You know, and a great song. Absolutely fantastic group, the Cacti's, Mr. Werewolf, one of my favorites. That brings to the number 1 spot. And at number 1, This is in my top 10 favorite Halloween songs of all time right here.
Yes.
I couldn't love a song more than this, almost. And I'm the Wolfman from Round Robin.
I'm the Wolfman. I'm the Wolfman, baby.
What a
Oh,
great, catchy,
As far as Wolfman
fun
songs go,
song.
that's it.
Yeah.
That is the numero uno across time. Not even just classics. Across, I don't care, 70s, 80s, 90s, today, does not matter. To me, that is the quintessential, perfect Wolfman song.
Yes.
And I talked with Round Robin, and he is a fantastic guy, fantastic talent. And for the last record store, I think it was last year, they re-put out his the record he did with Brimstone, which was cool as hell. To like, it's like, wow, like some new life being breathed into this. He's got a great story too, which I hope to bring to the channel soon. Also, great talent, so much information there that I got to put together. But Round Robin, that's by far his rarest single. So hard to get. Such a great song. Timeless classic. I don't know what else I can say about it. Released in 1965. It's so good.
It is.
It's so catchy. I know about, there's been several bands that have done covers of it. Nowhere near as good, but just like something about that song. There's a great clip of him on YouTube. You can see him, it's lip synced, but he's, miming along to the song. And I'm just so glad that piece of footage exists. I'm just like, every time I see that, I'm like, whoever decided to save this and archive, thank God that this happens. Because unfortunately, in the case of a lot of these artists, there's barely any photos, let alone video footage. Once in a while, you stumble onto something. I recently stumbled onto something that I'll mention later that blew me away. But this one, I'm so glad that little piece exists of him doing the song. It's just so cool. I love it. I'm the Wolfman from Round Robin, by far at the #1 spot. And that's it. That's going to do it for us on this classic Werewolf Wolfman song list. What song would you have put on the list? Did we miss anything? Let us know down there in the comment box below. And we'll see you soon for another episode here on Dark Red Dracula.